The Association of Women with Hearing Impairments, FUAVITA, has marked the International Week for the Deaf by providing free medical checkups and organized an exhibition showcasing various goods and products which are produced by women entrepreneurs. Speaking at the event held at Tanganyika Pakers grounds in Dar es Salaam, FUAVITA chairman Annette Jarana said that they had decided to provide free medical checkups so as to enable many Tanzanians to find out on the state of their hearing condition.
Let us continue these efforts not only to people with hearing impairment, but even to the abled people who can hear, to come and have ear tests. If they have any problem, because many people are not aware of such problems, we provide counseling and we refer some problems to Mwimbili National Hospital. These tests are free of charge. Now there is awareness, because before, children with disabilities were hidden at home. The more information and knowledge provided to our communities, the shame of hiding disabled is fading away. The number of people with disabilities is increasing in our data, and even knowing where they can be found, these results of proper knowledge that has been provided in the country. Let us take a closer look on the disabled people. After supporting them with tailoring machines and other tools that can help them not to become dependents, I believe that from these kind of supports we will reduce the number of beggars out in the streets.
The Member of Parliament for Iringa Urban, Peter Msigwa, who is facing a sedition case with 8 co-accused who are leaders of opposition Chadema party, has told Kisutu Resident Magistrate Court that he still does not have a lawyer to defend him in court. On his part, State Solicitor Simon Wankyo said the case had been called for mention so the accused could listen to preliminary hearing, and that Principal Resident Magistrate Wilbert Mashauri is on leave, and he proposed for the case to be heard on October 80th when the prosecutor will be back from leave. The defendant's lawyer, Peter Kibatala, told the court that MP Peter Msigwa will need more time to look for a lawyer, to which Magistrate Kasonde agreed and adjourned the case until 25th of October this year. Now, Tarime District Government has closed down Kebaga Gold Mine in Kenyamanyori Ward, Tarime District in Mara region for indefinite period. The development comes after the miners who work at the Kebaga mine failed to follow procedures by causing disorder and violence, which led to breach of peace.
We want you to understand what we mean. First of all, we will halt here until you learn your lesson, and we will do so from today. The Assistant Commissioner of Minerals has already come, and the letters have already been drafted. We have done this because mining procedures are not being followed, and also because by not following these procedures, it has led to threat of peace and safety in the area. We agreed to meet on the 3rd, and on the 3rd I was here so that landowners, license owners should reach an agreement as how you will work together. Put it in writing and sign it legally. It is true that on the 20th they brought me the agreement they had reached, but the same day I was told that a councillor who was the mine secretary was hacked by machetes, and multiple different incidents had occurred that were disrupting peace. We cannot tolerate this in the mines, especially since you yourselves are the ones causing it.
Mbeya Regional Government has formed a 4-man commission to conduct an investigation on the process of the implementation of a water project which was constructed below standard, causing more than 15,000 residents of 4 villages in Madibira Ward, Mbarali District to lack access to reliable water services. Speaking at a public meeting, Mbeya Regional Commissioner Albert Chalamila has said stern measures will be taken against individuals responsible for the substandard implementation of the project.
In this new project, there is a challenge here. The first challenge is this chamber here is so small that it does not have the capacity to take water to the filter, and the pipe coming from there is small. Thus, when the water gets to the filter and after, when it is time to transfer the water to the tanks, there is too steep of an incline.
President Dr. John Magufuli has met and held talks with the UK's Prince William, the Duke of Cambridge, at State House in Dar es Salaam. In the talks, Prince William said that he was satisfied with a good cooperation between Tanzania and the UK. Prince William also spoke on efforts being done on conservation of wildlife, and he called on President Dr. John Magufuli to continue with cooperation against poaching, particularly on elephants. On his part, President Dr. John Magufuli said he invites Prince William to visit the country anytime and assured that Tanzania will continue to strengthen ties between the two countries.
It's a very warm welcome and a warm chat, and it's very nice to be in Tanzania. It's been over 18 years since I was last here, but I'm looking forward to seeing as much of the beautiful country as I can and seeing as many people as I can. And it's a real honour to be back here.
The government has launched use of gas for power generation at Dangote cement factory, which will have the capacity of 45 megawatts and reduce energy expenses by 40%. The launch of the gas power generation at the cement factory in Mtwara was done by the Minister of Energy, Dr. Menard Kalemani.
Kiwanda kina uwezo wa kuzalisha tani 2,500 kwa siku.
The factory is capable of producing 2,500 tons per day. Thus, it is capable of producing 75,000 tons per month. This is a big capacity. However, how much are they actually using? From reports I have, they use 160,000 liters of diesel per day, which costs approximately 315 million shillings. If they use gas, they will be able to drop by 40% the cost they expend now.
In the absence of gas, we are losing at the rate of about $55,000 to $60,000 per day at the current production rate. That will be a saving, and the figure will slightly change when we go for higher output. This is the current level of production. And moreover, natural gas is a clean and environmental friendly fuel for any operation.
And that is the end of national news. International news follows next.
The relaunched Financial Times is the premier business newspaper in Tanzania. The Financial Times is a weekly source of information and business insight for the most successful leaders, executives, investors, and entrepreneurs in Tanzania and throughout the East Africa region. We provide critical business insight and in-depth features on companies, people, strategies, ideas, and economic trends. The Financial Times offers an unrivaled platform for advertisers to enhance brand awareness and move products. We will enable you to reach confident and informed consumers and decision makers who are ready to buy, which includes company CEOs, CFOs, managers, entrepreneurs, policymakers in government, politics and civil society, diplomats, members of the academia, and other key influencers. See examples of advertisement opportunities featured in Financial Times sections below. Telecom sections, real estate section, company news, banking, finance and insurance industry, information technology, national, regional and global markets overview, motoring, lifestyle. Get your copy of Financial Times for 2,000 Tanzania shillings only.
Welcome back, and in international news. President Uhuru Kenyatta has strongly petitioned the United Nations to reserve 2 permanent seats for Africa at the UN Security Council, noting that the lack of representation for the continent in the Council's permanent seats is an injustice, which is an indication of a skewed system. He said that the present status quo at the Council was functional and understandable in the years following the Second World War, but not in the 21st century.
That are subject to clear timelines and standards. also in the multilateral system, that combat systemic corruption, money laundering, and the offshoring of illicit outflows. The single overarching aim must be to make it exceedingly difficult to transfer and launder illegally acquired wealth in any part of the world. Indeed, all UN bodies should be tasked with detecting corruption in their different focus areas and promoting the skills and systems to combat it, in the understanding that honest, transparent, and responsive government is fundamental to the achievement of their aims.
Now, the Minister of Security in Uganda, Eli Tumwine, has warned members of parliament to stop debating issues concerning military officers. The statement was made after debates among some members of parliament on brutality on opposition leaders and their followers by security officers. A section of MPs have clashed with some officials from the Uganda People's Defense Forces, UPDF, over criminalizing of people power as a criminal gang, with legislators accusing the army of taking part in partisan politics. The police force in Burundi has arrested the leader of a rebel group called Red Tabara, alleged to have carried out attacks on Ruhagarika village in Cibitoke region in May this year, causing the death of up to 26 people. According to spokesperson of the Ministry of Security Disaster Management, Pierre Nkurikiye, say the rebel leader, who has been identified as Ndiasaba Dismas, is the leader of the group which has been carrying out attacks in the village.
In May this year, there were criminals who killed many people, more than 24, in Ruhalika village, Cibitoke region. Following the incident, the Minister of Defense and Security visited residents in the village and promised that investigations will begin immediately. There were people who were arrested and taken to court. Right now, the leader of the gang that is responsible in the killing incident has been arrested.
And that is the end of International News. Business News follows shortly.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
To be rich, I have to be a business person.
It's not an easy road at all.
People need to understand.
You must quickly think, how cost effective are you going to be?
Business acts as a way in which it can bridge that gap.
Business Edition will keep you informed on latest developments in the financial sector, extractive industry, tourism, agriculture, energy, construction, and so much more. Meet entrepreneurs who create employment opportunities. Watch Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back, and in business news tonight. Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa today conducted an inspection tour of the trade fair organized by the Association of Local Authorities of Tanzania, ALAT, in Dodoma. At the NMB Pavilion, the head of corporate business from NMB, Philbert Mponzi, told the Prime Minister that the bank has allocated more than 500 million shillings for agriculture activities during a period of 5 years.
We have been major stakeholders in agriculture. Our councils and regions have been given targets of establishing industries in their regions, and NMB is ready to support in ensuring that the targets set are accomplished. Today, our Prime Minister visited us and gave the government priority of boosting growth of palm farming in Kigoma.
Kagera Region Commissioner Brigadier General Marco Gaguti has taken big and small investors to the International Trade Fair in Geita to learn on new technologies used in gold mining as to be more productive and contribute to the national income.
From Kagera, I've come with some investors. I have come with some investors from Kagera who have several factories. Our major aim was learning how the advanced modern technologies are used in gold mining. Because in Kagera there is a mine in Biharamulo and a small mine from small-scale miners in Kera.
Tanzania Revenue Authority TRA has called on customs agents and business people to adhere to new laws on importation which have been passed by Parliament in order to remove misunderstandings on taxation and importation issues in the country.
Yeah, there are some changes that have been made in the, through the budgetary process that have just been completed in June, and some changes that have been made in the East African Customs Law, which is the regional law. So the changes are mainly in the areas of reduction of taxes on raw materials that are to be used in the production of goods in the country. But there are also taxes that have been raised on imported goods, which can be produced locally, so that the local produced goods can be more competitive. Yeah,
and that is the end of business news. Sports news follows up next.
Hi, my name is Kotaro Tokuda. What's up? My name is Sean Garnier.
I'm John Barnes from Liverpool Football Club. The hip, hop, a hip, the hip, hip, hop. You don't stop the rockin' to the bang, bang boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear?
I'm watching Sports Gazette. I'm watching Sport Gazette.
And you're watching Sports Gazette
with Sebastian.
With
Sebastian. Peace out.
Yes! And you can also watch Sports Gazette for highlights and interviews regarding sports. Do not miss Sports Gazette every Wednesday at 7 p.m. only on Capital Television.
In sports news, Taifa Stars head coach Emmanuel Amunike has named a squad of 30 who will enter camp on October 1st ahead of the home and away AFCON qualifiers against Cape Verde, with John Aboko, Kelvin Yondani, Jonas Mkunde, Shomari Kaponde and Faisal to be included in the team.
Making the 30 players that we invited, and hopefully the new players can adapt our philosophy. The reason why we bring in these players is to also see the method we are using in the national team. All these players, both the ones that are not being invited, like I said, the Tanzanian national team belongs to all Tanzania. We must make it very clear. We must be able to give people equal opportunity. In football, sometimes you can never discover where you get a good player.
Simba Sports Club have continued with training today ahead of their Dar es Salaam derby against their arch rivals Yanga, with both coaches refusing to speak with the press on the team's progress.
I know when we play Yanga, if we can hold off Ajib, then the whole of Yanga cannot work, because Ajib is the one who provides the last balls. And as you can see, our defenders, if we put Wawa at the back, then Makambo cannot score. I don't have any doubts with my squad. I have no worries because I'm sure of getting the 3 points on Sunday.
Now, Juventus forward Cristiano Ronaldo will be available to play former club Manchester United next month after UEFA ruled he must serve only a one-match ban for his Champions League red card. Here's more on the story.
The 33-year-old Portugal captain was sent off during Juve's 2-0 win over Valencia last week after appearing to pull defender Jason Murillo's hair. It was the first Champions League red card for Ronaldo's career. Juventus play United in Group H at Old Trafford on 23rd of October. Meanwhile, video assistant referees will be used in the Champions League from the 2019-2020 season, UEFA has announced. VAR will also be used in the 2019 Super Cup at Euro 2020, as well as in the Europa League from 2020, 2021 and the 2021 Nations League finals. The system used at the 2018 World Cup in Russia allows referees to review footage of key decisions. President Alexander Seferin said UEFA was confident it would have time to put in place a robust system.
And Real Madrid failed to take advantage of Barcelona suffering a shock defeat at Leganés as both clubs lost La Liga matches on the same day for the first time since January 2015. Here's more on the story.
La Liga champions and leaders Barca went down 2-1 at Butacru, with Madrid loanee Oscar Rodriguez scoring the winner for Leganés, taking advantage of a Gerard Piqué error on Wednesday. Madrid were therefore handed the chance to move top of the table, but they instead suffered a first league loss under Julen Lopetegui in stunning style in Sevilla. Andres Silva struck twice and Wissam Ben Yedder was also on target in the first half, with Pablo Machin's Sevilla in rampart form at the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan midweek. After 6 rounds of games, Barca and Madrid are level at the top of the league, with Ernesto Valverde's men above their rivals on goal differences. Defeats for Barca and Madrid was good news for Atletico Madrid, who sit down 2 points behind in third, having bounced back from their slow start to 2018-2019.
And the sports item ends our news bulletin. My name is Karidia Zimbwe. Thank you for watching and good night.